Dr. Zephyrael had treated over 47 different species during her 3 decades at the Galactic Medical Station orbiting Kepler 442b. She'd seen Metharian lungs that could filter pure ammonia, crystalline beings who could survive in hard vacuum, and even the legendary Therics who could regenerate entire limbs in mere hours. But she had never seen anything quite like Lieutenant Sarah Chen. The human sat on the examination table, swinging her legs casually as if she weren't the subject of the most baffling medical case Zephyrael had encountered in years. The human had been admitted 3 days ago after her patrol ship had been caught in a solar flare, while conducting routine scans near the system's star. "All right, Lieutenant," Zephyrael said, her tentacles dancing across the holographic display as she reviewed the preliminary scans. "Let's see what we're dealing with here." The Quellian doctor's chromatophores shifted to a pale blue, her species equivalent of a professional, focused expression. She'd already reviewed the incident report. The solar flare had been classified as an X-class event, powerful enough to fry most ship systems and deliver a lethal dose of radiation to any unshielded organic being within range. Chen's ship had lost its radiation shielding for approximately 47 minutes. Zephyrael pulled up the first set of readings and felt her 3 hearts skip a beat in sequence. "This can't be right," she muttered, her tentacles freezing mid-gesture. "Something wrong, Doc?" Chen asked, her tone light and unconcerned. Zephyrael didn't answer immediately. She was too busy running the diagnostic protocol again, then a third time. The results remained identical. "Lieutenant, according to these readings, you absorbed approximately 18,000 millisieverts of radiation during the solar flare incident." Chen nodded. "Yeah, that sounds about right. The ship's computer gave me a similar number before the systems crashed." "That's..." Zephyrael's tentacles quivered. "That's enough to kill a Quellian 17 times over. A Cronian would die within hours. Even a Therix would suffer catastrophic cellular breakdown." "Huh," Chen said, examining her hands as if expecting to see something different. "I feel fine, though. Little tired, maybe." Zephyrael's chromatophores flashed bright orange, alarm mixed with disbelief. She pulled up the cellular scans, the genetic analysis, the full-spectrum biological workup. What she saw defied everything she knew about radiation biology. "Your cells," she began, her voice barely above a whisper. "They're repairing themselves actively right now as I'm watching." Chen shrugged. "Is that weird?" "Weird?" Zephyrael's voice rose an octave. "Lieutenant, your DNA has been shredded. I can see the damage markers, the strand breaks, the thymine dimers. By all rights, you should be experiencing acute radiation syndrome. Hemorrhaging, organ failure, necrosis." "But I'm not," Chen said helpfully. "No, you're not. Because your cells have mobilized every repair mechanism simultaneously. Your tumor suppressor genes are working at 400% normal efficiency. Your DNA polymerase is operating so fast it should be making errors, but it's not. It's achieving near-perfect accuracy. And your immune system..." Zephyrael pulled up another display. "Your white blood cell count has tripled. Your body is hunting down and destroying damaged cells before they can become cancerous." Chen looked genuinely interested now. "Cool, I didn't know we could do that." "We?" Zephyrael's tentacles writhed in agitation. "Lieutenant, please tell me this is normal for humans. Please tell me your species has some kind of advanced medical treatment I'm unaware of." "Nope. I mean, I've had my shots and stuff, but nothing special." Chen paused. "Though my grandpa did survive Chernobyl. Is that relevant?" Zephyrael pulled up the human medical database, something she should have done earlier. As she read through the entries, her chromatophores cycled through colors too rapidly to interpret. Shock, confusion, disbelief, and finally, a sort of horrified fascination. "Your species," she said slowly, "evolved on a planet with a degraded magnetic field." "Earth? Yeah, I guess so." "Which means you were constantly exposed to cosmic radiation. For millions of years." Zephyrael was reading faster now, her tentacles flying across the interface. "And before that you survived multiple mass extinction events. Asteroid impacts. Volcanic winters. Your ancestors developed redundant DNA repair mechanisms because the ones who didn't survive." "That's evolution for you," Chen said cheerfully. Zephyrael pulled up a comparison chart. The average Galactic Council species has 12 major DNA repair pathways. Humans have 37. She turned to face Chen directly. "You're built to survive apocalypses." "Well, when you put it that way, and that's not all." Zephyriel was on a roll now, her scientific curiosity overriding her shock. Your hemoglobin is carrying oxygen at 98% efficiency despite the radiation damage. Your liver has already filtered out most of the free radicals. Your bone marrow is producing new blood cells at an accelerated rate. Lieutenant, you're not just surviving this radiation dose, you're adapting to it. Chen grinned. So does this mean I can go back to duty? Absolutely not. Zephyriel's tentacles formed an X shape, the Quellian gesture for emphatic negation. You're staying under observation for at least another week. I need to document this. The Galactic Medical Council needs to see this. Over the next 7 days, Zephyriel monitored Chen's recovery with obsessive detail. She watched as the human's body systematically repaired every single radiation-induced lesion. She documented the upregulation of antioxidant genes, the activation of autophagy pathways that cleared out damaged cellular components, the remarkable efficiency of the human immune system in targeting precancerous cells. By day 8, Lieutenant Chen's readings were completely normal. Zephyriel compiled her report and sent it to the Galactic Medical Council with a priority flag. Within hours, her comm was flooded with responses from xenobiologists, radiation oncologists, and evolutionary biologists across the galaxy. One message stood out. It was from Dr. Krathzix, the Council's lead researcher on species resilience, and it contained a single line. Now imagine what else they can survive. Zephyriel looked through the transparent wall of her office at the human quarters. Where Lieutenant Chen was doing push-ups, apparently she'd gotten bored with bed rest. The doctor's chromatophores settled into a deep purple, the color of profound respect mixed with a touch of fear. Humans, a species that had clawed its way up from a hostile world, survived radiation that would kill most spacefaring races, and treated near-lethal exposure as a minor inconvenience. They didn't have the strongest exoskeletons, the fastest reflexes, or the longest lifespans, but they had something perhaps more valuable: the ability to survive what should kill them, adapt to what should break them, and keep going when any sensible species would give up. As Zephyriel finalized her report, she added a personal note at the end. Recommendation: when assigning hazardous duty missions, consider humans first, not because they're expendable, but because they're the only species likely to come back alive. Lieutenant Chen was cleared for duty 2 days later. As she left the medical station, she waved cheerfully at Dr. Zephyriel, completely unaware that her case had just revolutionized the galaxy's understanding of human resilience. Behind her, the Quellian doctor began receiving requests from a dozen different species, all asking the same question. Can you teach us to be more like humans? The answer, Zephyriel knew, was far more complex than they imagined. You couldn't teach millions of years of survival on a hostile world. You couldn't replicate the brutal selection pressure that had forged humanity in the cosmic fire. But you could, she thought, learn to respect it, and perhaps, just perhaps, be very glad that humans were allies, not enemies.